it just hit me. In a couple of years, people won't even know who EDP is. People will remember DrDisrespect probably, but they won't remember EDP. EDP is classic. He is. But think about that. You know, MiniLadd. Does anyone remember MiniLadd from Vanoss Gaming? But in a couple of years, people will forget about him too. I mean, people have forgotten about him. He groomed children on Instagram, I think, or what was it, Twitter? Heard of someone doing all that, but I don't know who it was. MiniLadd. You don't know MiniLadd? He has 4.4 million subscribers. Newer generation is cooked. Oh my god, this was such big things when it happened. Let's watch fuck it, Internet Anarchist.
You'd think that a YouTuber caught in predatory behavior and betraying their community would leave the platform for their own good. However, even after losing 1 million subscribers, any potential sponsorships, and all of his credibility, MiniLadd refuses to let go of his decaying platform.
When I was a kid, I watched a lot of Vanoss Gaming. MiniLadd and Nogla and all of those guys, I loved them. Like they were my entire childhood, basically.
But why?
MiniLadd, who was having inappropriate conversations with underage fans.
MiniLadd had taken things much farther with Ash than Hallie.
Cancelled a few months ago for soliciting inappropriate photos from minors.
And I was manipulated and completely used by MiniLadd.
Hi, I'm the Internet Anarchist. I create weekly YouTube documentaries and
most of his documentaries are about Moist Critical. You can see his face in most of his thumbnails, like there, and down there. I've seen there as well. There's so many. And honestly, I have nothing against it. It brings clicks. It's good content, I guess. Well edited, but it was so repetitive, so I won't be able to watch a lot of his stuff.
today, we'll be going over the destroyed career of MiniLadd. We'll take a look at how MiniLadd's manipulative tendencies cost him everything, his many attempts to recover his YouTube empire.
Oh yeah, he tried to come back multiple times, just like EDP, and people forgot about MiniLadd. How? I feel so old.
Once abused, and why the entire YouTube community will never let him return. Looking back on the earlier portions of Mini's career, he seemed almost unstoppable, as he effortlessly rose to the ranks on YouTube. From pumping out basic Call of Duty trolling videos that barely got a few hundred views in 2011,
like me right now, couple of hundred views.
Friends over there, so to keep in touch, I had them on Xbox.
That was the worst Russian accent I've ever heard in my entire life.
And I chat with them daily. It is very nice.
Mini meticulously carved out a viewer base of over 5 million subscribers that deeply admired him, as well as gaining collaborations with some of the most popular creators on the platform.
He did with PewDiePie? What? I did not know he did one with PewDiePie.
How's it going, bros? My name's PewDiePie.
I'm here with Groomer.
With MiniLadd. Oh my god, what the fuck? Today.
Why would you react like that? Honestly, that is such a millennial move. Anyone my age, sure, I'm like this close to be a millennial, would just touch nipples back, basically. I would do that.
I didn't sign up for that. Shut up. Today we're gonna play.
So how did it all go wrong? How did MiniLadd manage to destroy one of the most promising careers on YouTube? Well, Mini's downfall could be attributed to the two worst controversies of his career. His falling out with the Vanoss Gaming crew.
I don't remember that. I don't think I watched him when they kind of kicked him out. But I do remember from out of nowhere, because I like to watch their Gmod videos, he wasn't there. And you know, back in the day, you didn't watch the new videos, you just watch what you liked. Like you watched it repetitively. So all those Gmod death runs, sandbox videos, I guess. I never watched the GTA videos because I wasn't really into GTA 5. GTA San Andreas, however, that's a good game.
And the allegations of disgusting behavior involving minors. Well,
Wait. My experience with MiniLadd, I was 17. Photos in replies. Read, okay, link. I was manipulated by MiniLadd. I was 16, 17, and he was 20 plus. Photos in replies. If he was in Sweden, this would not have been a problem because the age of consent is 16. I think that's kind of wrong. I can't even be friends with anyone who's under 20 in real life. Not even that. You gotta be equal because you're not mature. Because I'm a different person outside of streaming, of course. I'm very immature here, but outside I'm really like I'm not the same guy. I'm kind of boring behind the scenes.
These events were quite damaging on their own. It was Mini's attempts to manipulate the narrative and outright dismissive attitude towards his actions that truly put an end to his online career. For a while, the Vanoss
Wait, so I wasn't there when all of this happened. So he technically tried to manipulate people into thinking he was in the right for doing this?
Crew's unique approach to crafting entertaining video game content and frequent collaborations made them one of the most popular gaming groups on YouTube. To put it into perspective, the average sub count of their members was above 4 million.
All I did was watch Vanoss. And H2O also. Damn, I forgot about him. He did Black Ops content. I was so deep down in Call of Duty back then. It was kind of insane. I didn't own a computer, so most of my stuff were edited on an iPad or my phone back 12 years ago. That is, yeah. So just Vanoss and H2O. That was my cup of tea.
One of their members was above 4 million. As
What?
with many creative
Perfect for
groups,
what?
a continuous positive relationship among members helped maximize views for everyone while simultaneously mitigating career-ending drama. Unfortunately, many didn't quite see things that way, and instead
I think I misunderstood this whole thing now, or I didn't understand what they said. Check the Bird website. Happy. Retweet. I post here sometimes.
opted to throw them under the bus once he no longer needed the group. The first sign of bad blood between
Wait, so he tried to... Okay, now I understand.
Mini and the Vanoss Crew became apparent when Mini aggressively responded to a donation, asking him why he wasn't playing with his old friend group.
So he thought that he would go bigger than Vanoss. Vanoss carried the entire crew, bro. Everything was Vanoss. And then if you wanted the other POVs, you go to the other guys. And that's it.
Sure, I get these
Hi,
tight corners. I'm
MiniLadd,
about to
been a
lap
huge
someone.
fan of your work. Keep it up. The only thing I want to ask is how come you don't play with Vanoss Gaming?
Wow. Because I don't play Gmod anymore. That's all he does.
Vanoss played GTA as well. Don't know if he played Call of Duty or anything like that, but it wasn't just Gmod. Holy shit.
Question done. I'm also breaking off into a solo YouTuber because it's a lot more fun.
Yeah, solo YouTubing is kind of fun, unless you get 44 views when you average over 100.
Collaborations on the matter only made things worse.
Damn. For all this time, they're still playing Gmod? You like how... I mean, they kicked me out of all their chats, so I have no idea what the hell they're doing, so... Perfectly valid. Damn. Yo. I wasn't kicked. Oh my god, alright. So, just to clear up any drama, I'm going off and doing my own thing. And then... Alright. Just to clear up some shit, I wasn't kicked. All they did was play Fortnite and Gmod.
See, Fortnite, that was what I was thinking about, not Call of Duty. Fortnite. But Fortnite, Gmod, and Grand Theft Auto 5.
And talk shit about other YouTubers, so I said, fuck that. I broke away from that group. I'm doing my own thing. I've never felt better. My community's stronger than ever. I'm pulling more views than ever, and I'm personally a lot more happy as a human. So that's what happened.
Anyways, you touch kids. Yeah.
Anyways.
If only Mini knew how much impact those words would have on his career. What came next was a feud that only further alienated Mini from the Vanoss Crew and left behind an air of distrust around his reputation. Once viewers found out Mini wasn't telling the whole story.
Why not invite Mini? I'll tell you why. He doesn't play with us. He left. And then he decided on stream to badmouth myself and my friends. Well, mainly just my friends. And I didn't appreciate that. So... I don't play with the guy lately.
To clarify,
one guy's talking shit. The other guy is trying to defend himself. But in the end, we all know who was in the wrong here. And that was the man with a Mini in his name, touching MiniLadd.
things, Mini posted a statement on Twitter, confirming his bond with the team, but also pointing out Terrorizer as the one who damaged their relationship by mocking his mental health, quoting, "It's sad you're too up in the head to take a joke anymore," unquote. Mini was trying to use these claims as both a justification for his comments earlier on stream.
Do they have the sauce for this? I would like the sauce because I liked Terrorizer. He did a funny impression of someone. I don't remember who. Was it Arnold Schwartz name? I think it was.
And as a means of slandering Terrorizer's reputation, something that Terrorizer was very keen to pick up on, posting a quote tweet reading, "And I wish you all the best too, Craig, but that quote is pure slander. Accusing me of making fun of mental health is just wrong, Craig. There's..."
Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't think anyone would publicly make fun of mental health.
More information you've omitted from this whole thing in order to paint a certain picture in the public's eye. Kinda low.
Yeah, mental health jokes aren't that funny unless you suffer from them yourself and can make jokes about it.
Through having a back and forth in the comments of the tweet. Even when the stakes weren't that high, Mini was more than ready to throw a friend under the bus if it meant he could save face. It seemed like forcefully keeping up appearances was almost second nature to Mini, as he would later
Yeah, this face just, you can tell that he fiddles with kids.
lie to his audience about, quote, patching up with Brian.
I got to finally meet up with Brian. We're figuring things out. You know, we talked backstage at Evan's show and we shook hands and we're going to work on it. So like, you know, I miss the dude. And
Lies, I don't believe him. I don't know, I haven't watched this video yet, but I don't believe him.
it's good to see things coming together.
I know he made a video saying we're patching things up, which is not true. I feel like he
Called it. I can see the future.
says things in order to kind of get flack off of his back. Hence why he threw me under a bus in order to get himself out of a situation that was happening with a trending video.
This entire situation made two things very apparent about Mini. One, Mini was willing to use his mental health as a weapon or excuse to shift the narrative in his favor. And
Yeah, that's what I thought. Why? If you have something of a mental issue, why use it as a fucking excuse to do stuff? Dumbass.
two, Mini had shown a propensity to bend the truth or straight up lie if it meant he could save himself from backlash.
Honestly, no. Why? If I were in some sort of shit sometime, sure, I would probably explain my issues. Like, oh, okay, I'm sorry, I was raised this way. I didn't understand this was wrong, blah, blah, blah. Because I've been in those situations where I've said a bunch of shit. And then I had to defend myself and explain that, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't know this. And kind of base it around my parents.
Fortunately, this self-serving trend would only be intensified as misconduct from his past came back to haunt him. By the 23rd of June 2020, following his breakup with his most recent ex-girlfriend,
No, Craig didn't, or me, but it was extremely toxic and manipulative relationship. He messaged me and a few of my friends to make sure I didn't say anything about him specifically. He wanted me to clarify, so here you go. When I was a kid, I had a friend. He was from Chile and another who was from Morocco, both of color. They were my best friends. I said the word many, many times, and they didn't stop me. And my parents used the word so much I thought it was fine. Until someday I said it in class and the teacher heard me and I said, you can't say that. That is a slur. And I didn't know what slurs were. So, yep, I learned my lesson and sometimes I still say it. I'm not trying to save my own ass here. I know that I'm in the wrong of saying stuff. Like, I say a lot of stuff that is not okay. That's just how it is. Me too. I mean, we're only human, after all. Don't clip that out of context, please.
and Mini's credibility came under fire as two of his former fans and friends, Halle
Yeah. This
and
is
Ash, released twit-longers that pulled the curtain back on his positive facade. In Ash's twit-longer, she narrated her experience with Mini when she was 16, going from being a part of his fan base to the object of his twisted affection, or rather, manipulation.
So this is basically EDP before EDP happened. Manipulated viewers into sexting. It is what it is.
Quoting, things took a sharp turn when we were chatting on Snapchat one day and the subject of virginity came up. He asked if I was a virgin and I said yes. Then he asked if he could take my virginity and I told him yes. Things escalated from there, unquote. Ash went on to recount their exchange of explicit material and
I want to read these. You said when you drunk, you sent me a little something. I didn't even mean for that message to be such a mess. Oh my god. Web, I'm nervous. Do it. I believe in you. For me. All right, listen, I'm so comfy in my bed. I don't want to get up. It's been weeks. I sad. This is the millennial core I was looking for. The cringe texting. Let's see if I can read this. Do it. It's on your snap. Holy fuck, you're stunning. Are you lying? No, my god, fucking hell. Oh my god, I can't read that. I can't read that.
of explicit material.
God, you're so freaking hot, I can't. They are not even that good. Oh my god, thank you though. They are, fuck.
and his request to meet up when she arrived in California for a family trip. At the end of her post, Ash acknowledged how Minnie took advantage of the power between them to get what he wanted and continued to do so to keep her quiet, a sick tactic that he used on Haley as well. Haley's tweet longer outlined how her relationship with Minnie slowly transitioned from friendly support to sharing inappropriate
I'm not gonna read all this, but it's there.
images of himself in response to an offhanded joke, quoting, "Remember, I was a minor. I was 16. He knew that I liked him. Sent me those photos to someone he knew liked him for a boost of ego. The worst part is, I was not the only person he had done this to." Unquote. The rest of Haley's statement reveals how Minnie weaved a web of lies and manipulation to protect his career, coercing Haley into covering for
you're
him,
just
lying about
repeating
not
stuff now,
knowing
I think?
Ash's age, and refusing to divulge this to his new partner Sammy were just a few of the methods Minnie used to keep his reputation intact. These bold claims didn't come unsubstantiated, as the girls provided ample screenshots
Holy
and
fuck,
videos
that's a lot
that
of
showed Minnie
screenshots.
behaving in an extremely deplorable manner.
I saw your tweet. If you're interested in being added to a Pixelmon Minecraft server, let me know. Basically just Minecraft and Pokemon in one. What website is this?
Anna.
I'm gonna press the refresh button. There you go. I'm also gonna press this. It's gonna go straight to his official Twitter.
Unfortunately for Minnie, it was his reckless need to keep those wrongdoings a secret and refusal to change that eventually would cause them to go public. Left with no other option, Minnie caved and admitted to his disgusting behavior. But sadly, the way he went about it would only further damage what little respect he had left. By now, you should be noticing a pattern with Minnie. He prioritizes his career and personal needs over other people. You can
Yeah, I hate those people. I know people in person who does this, who tries to build this facade of the perfect job, the perfect life, and everyone knows they're full of shit.
see this when Minnie chooses to disrespect and misrepresent members of the Vanoss Crew to maintain his reputation. Even in his intimate relationships, Minnie had no problem trying to manipulate and potentially harm people, as long as it meant he could fulfill his sick desires. If Minnie was ready to deceive and lie to the faces of his
Yeah, touching kids is kind of sick though. Why would you want that? I don't understand people. Humanity is cooked.
inner circle, it's reasonable to assume he'll do it to his viewers as well, which
Wait, what kind of sick? Fiddle with underage. That's sick.
leads us to how
I'm
MiniLadd's responses and actions following
No
the
way.
drama caused more backlash than the drama itself. In his Twitter apology, Minnie only briefly spoke on the
dog.
allegations.
Sick or sick? You know, like a kickflip sick or a sick in the head sick? That's the question you're asking? I think a kickflip would be sick as well. But you poop on the dog? That's kind of sick. As a kickflip sick though.
And spent the rest of the post diverting attention to his sudden mental health journey while stating that he will, quote, be back when the time is right.
Okay, so I remember he took like a break and then he came back expecting everything to be fine. People were still shitting on him and he's tried it again. And now he's still at it. He's still trying to go big.
Evidently, that time would only be a month long, as Minnie resumed uploads in August of 2020. On the 12th of August 2020, Minnie published the video titled Minecraft But All the Mobs Are Me, which served both as his reintroduction after the drama and as a means of emotionally manipulating
Did he just ignore the allegations?
the viewers about his mental health.
I know I just left all of a sudden, but I needed
The fucking mic. What?
to do something about me, and I never took time to work on me, and it's been lovely to be able to talk and just let everything out and just breathe.
It was one thing to pine for sympathy after taking advantage of minors, but it's a
Okay, so he ignored the allegations and instead he said, oh, I didn't work on myself. I'm sorry.
completely different story to avoid those transgressions when you admitted only a month prior. Fortunately, Haley wasn't going to let him get away with that, as she not only reminded
MiniLadd is a liar.
everyone
Trigger
about
warning
Minnie's
manipulation.
misconduct, but also included screenshots of what Minnie's true intentions really were.
I have receipts, and I'm gonna show him again, like maybe right here, where he was talking to his moderators about how in mod chat.
Wait. I think the subreddit should remain closed until after my comeback, which is this week. The drama will get drowned out by new posts of recent videos. What?
People are gonna see that this doesn't matter and it's gonna die. She basically was told by Craig to go to Ash, one of the other girls who came out, who dealt with way worse, to...
Wait. I'm gonna read all these. Hey man, yeah, Ash has tweeted on her Prev mentioning writing her own expose. Can you talk to her? Tell her that I'm not who I was when I was younger. Tell her my... Oh my god. Sure, I'll do my best. Keep me posted. I'm really scared. I'm down to talk to them if need be. He lit... Oh my... He's using unalive as an excuse to someone not talking about a situation. What?
Told by Craig to go to Ash, one of the other girls who came out, who dealt with...
I'm gonna tell my agent about this. I'm getting ready for the end. Thank you for being on this journey with me. We're really trying to help. So it's so hard. I'll always be with you, Craig. I probably won't be here. Fucked up human being. Yeah, who does this?
Way worse. To tell her...
This shit isn't a lucid dream. It's not gonna end.
Attempt to make her feel some sort of pity.
Misdirecting, avoiding, or ignoring his crimes would only cause more problems. Problems that Mini was trying to fix by lying even more. Being dishonest with the community that gave you your platform isn't going to stop the max exodus of subscribers or mass dislikes on your videos. Too bad, that's exactly what Mini would keep on doing. From the
Yeah, so oh my god, he actually expected things to just die out. That in my opinion is way worse than expecting it to not. Wow, I don't even know what to say.
4th of September to the 28th of December 2020, Mini released 2 apology videos that were less about reconciling about the situation and more about obscuring it. In his upload titled Cleaning the Air, Mini claimed he'd addressed everything, but that was far from the truth, as the video was just 5 minutes of him glossing over hard.
You know who also wanted things to die out? O.J. Simpson. He made it die.
Accusations or debunking random Twitter posts. Naturally, it backfired. With over 120,000 dislikes and a very angry comment section, the negativity would bleed into every single upload that followed, eventually causing his channel to lose monetization status, and the singular sponsored video he had.
Encirclement on the drama. Negative 5k manpower. For real, Aura out of the way.
To be taken down. Mini didn't seem to learn from this blunder and decided to dig himself into a deeper hole with his video titled My Apology. While there was much in a way of taking responsibility for his past behavior, there was also an equal or exceeding amount of self-victimization and
see, that's what I was talking about before. With a suicide, dumb shit.
Manipulation.
And I understand what I'm gonna say next is quite taboo online, but if this is my way of putting all my cards on the table and telling you guys what happened, I feel like I need to say it. The reason I did what I did, and there is...
Oh my god, that guy is down bad. My thought process is she was nearly 18. Nearly 18? I knew she was 17, but I was something. And said to myself, I'm going to kill myself. I thought I'd go down swinging. My actual thought process. That's not a thought process. That's just creepy behavior.
They said there is true. I did try to end my life at the beginning of 2017. I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm not looking for anything. This is not what this is about.
It is exactly what it's about.
Telling you guys the reason, and I just want you to understand the headspace that I was in. The reality is I was being selfish. I wasn't thinking about repercussions. I wasn't thinking about anything. I was just being stupid, and I really want to apologize for that.
I can tell by his facial expression, this is just bullshit.
I just wasn't thinking. And I regret it. I've regretted it since. And for that, for both Hallie and Ash, I'm really sorry.
This was arguably Mini's last chance to fix the controversy that took over his entire YouTube empire, and he completely fumbled it.
Hey everyone, do you feel bad for me? Apology. Yes. The fucking, oh my god, it makes my tummy ache. No, wow. He doesn't even look apologetic, he just looks forced to do it. Desperate and tired.
From cropping out screenshots to focusing on how this would affect his job, Mini was still trying to salvage things by admitting the most
this man is creepy.
Egregious of his sins, a decision that cost him everything and more. So now that the YouTube community had all witnessed Mini's tricks and lies, what would become of their dynamic? Was Mini—
Oh my god, I need to charge my headphones? Oh, why did you say so? Where's my charge? Get in the hole.
going to realize that his YouTube career was officially over and leave the platform, or would he disappear and intermittently crawl back in hopes of people forgetting it ever happened? Well,
that's exactly what is going on. I don't understand why people like children. I had my first relationship when I was 15. I never found anyone attractive until then.
Well, let's say Mini took the less honorable path. In the 2 years that followed the drama, Mini was reduced to a laughingstock among his former friends and a deceitful predator in the eyes of his former fans.
For me, he will always be a predator. I mean, what the fuck?
His name was Pablo. Pablo was not a very good man. He liked to have with small children.
Jesus Christ!
In an attempt to change that, Mini decided to rebrand himself as a positive and fun-loving creator. After nearly a year of silence, Mini uploaded one of his meme streams titled "It's Good to See You," which saw Mini
There he actually expected it to die out.
trying to put on a happy facade.
And I'll be honest with you, I know this might sound kind of crazy. I'm now the happiest I think I've ever been in my life. And I know
He probably found a child stupid enough to want to kiss him. That's my theory.
that might sound really hard to believe for a lot of people, considering what has been going on.
Yeah.
But for the first time in my life, I figured out who I am.
Extremely loud, incorrect buzzers.
I realized, Jesus Christ, like there was no time between recording, being on phone calls with Ty, trying to get my edits done and everything, that I just had time to work on me and be me.
However, it was
Work on me. Work on me. What does that even mean? Work on me. He's a groomer. He cuts hair of dogs.
obvious that he was still operating from a selfish mindset and that he put the health of his career above everything else.
Here's the thing. As you guys may have noticed, I've been gone for a while. My life decided to take a little bit of a twist. Last December, as you guys know, I put up my apology. I went silent. I went dark on everything. I didn't have
Oh yeah, this is the second time we try to come back?
Twitter. I didn't have Instagram. I deleted everything off my phone. I just wanted to focus on me. Because for me, I'm aware that everything in my life that's happened up to this moment is my fault. So I knew that if I was gonna work on me and if I wanted to come back to this, I wanted to come back to entertaining, I wanted to come back to everything, I knew I needed to work on me, right? I lost friends over this. I lost fans over this. Last September.
This might be a hot take, but I don't believe working on yourself is a thing. The thing is, I think if you're trying to work on yourself, why won't you just stop doing the bad thing you're doing? For example, here's a PDF file and you're trying to work on yourself. Just stop texting kids. You can change if you change everything. You can change everything if you want to change everything. There's nothing wanting to work on it, especially since he took like, I don't know, 3-4 years to even say this. I don't know how long this went out. You can't change it yourself, except if there's some compulsive thought thing, you know? I just figured it out. The only thing you can work on is like the compulsive thought process of saying stuff that you've been saying for so long that you just don't think before you say, you know? Then you gotta work on yourself that way. That's the only thing you can actually work on. But texting minors? Nah, fam, you can't do that.
I moved to Texas. I went back to Northern
Okay, he moved to Texas.
Ireland for a few weeks and came back, and then I moved to Dallas. I had a bunch of friends out here
And he moved to Dallas as well. Holy shit.
that were like, we realize you're going through some stuff, let me help you. But there's a bunch of people here who are just like willing to let me talk
This is going on the tubes.
and help me get through my stuff. And you know, I've maintained therapy every week.
Then there
He went to therapy every week.
was the matter of him understanding the impact of the controversy in his 2 videos titled "Why I Left Twitter" and "Why Getting Cancelled Was the Best Thing That Ever Happened."
The cope. What is this coping mechanism?
Happened to me. Mini hadn't changed and was simply presenting the illusion of change. The charade didn't end there, as Mini created an entirely new channel titled "Good News Everyone" to further push his toxic
Good news, everyone.
positivity.
Good news, everyone! YouTubers are doing something good for once! A YouTuber went to an unclaimed baggage store and bought replacements for items that passengers lost. I
Is this still a coping mechanism?
wanted to touch on this for a few reasons.
Did he say he wanted to touch on this?
I wanted to touch on this
Are they kids? Did they lose their kids that the YouTuber has to buy stuff?
for a few reasons. A, it's good to see YouTubers doing stuff. It's always a pleasure, no matter if you're doing charity stuff or stuff like this.
Unfortunately, none of this change was ever going to change what Mini did or reverse the harm that he inflicted.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna change a thing. He groomed those kids. If you take a rapist, for example, Do you think that he just saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I am a changed man now. I won't hear you ever again." Will that help the woman? Will she be like, "Oh shit, oh fuck, okay fam, you come, let's hug it out"? You think that's how it's gonna work? No fam. Not a chance.
And what was left of his audience was always going to remind him of that fact.
No, what? Oh, wait, never.
We won't forget what you've done, Craig. Sending and receiving inappropriate text from minors, threatening these poor girls, I can change my face here, to keep them silent and played with victims, so you don't deserve to stay on this platform. No, why is he still here?
Never mind, it was on my TV. Oh, thanks, man. Thanks for the 3. Oh, thanks, man. Thanks for the 3.
He didn't even read it out.
Hang on them? I don't know what you're saying. I'm gonna go.
He left the stream after that?
Oh, by the way, to the person who just donated to me, please get your facts straight. Thank you. I'll be back.
Get your facts straight? Dude, there's been so much. You even admitted to the allegations. You admitted to texting minors and shit.
Maybe this was the straw that broke the camel's back, because from this point on to his last known upload, Mini somewhat dropped his positive disposition and acknowledged the true state of his career.
You haven't changed at all? Oh, look, someone new. Who I've never seen before.
What? Okay, now he's just embracing. This is like the 5 stages of grief. First, he's not acknowledging the allegations. Secondly, he gets like upset, I guess, telling him about his suicide stuff. I don't know how it works with the 5 stages of grief. This shit's weird.
And to be honest with you, Chipmunk, whether you do, whether you don't.
Denial, anger, bargaining. Yes, he skipped the anger, probably. Now he's accepting.
Doesn't matter. I'm not here to try and bring anything.
No,
I'm basically telling you right here, right now.
Lazy.
I'm not a YouTuber anymore. I got our shit going on, right? I do this shit for fun. You can do what you want, say what you want. It used to bother me, doesn't anymore.
Acceptance. That's right. Acceptance.
They're like, oh, can you do like a 6:30?
He's bargaining.
And
Is
I'm
this
like,
bargaining? He's bargaining with kids. He's like, nah, I'm not the same. Can we fuck though? Can we fuck? He's bargaining for people to stop. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. He's still at stage 3.
I'm streaming, sorry. Like, oh, okay, can you do like 7 or 8? And I'm like, I'm kind of streaming, I'm sorry. So it's getting to the point where now, like, the meetings that I have and the business opportunities are there, but I'm doing this thing where I have to keep stream going because I enjoy it, but it should be a hobby at
This reminds me of this Moist clip.
Hey, I'm not weird, and I'll prove it. I got your nose, I'll give it back. If we have sex.
That's real.
Point, right? I told you guys a month ago or whatever, or a few weeks ago, whatever it was, that like I had to emotionally retire from YouTube, and we know that. This is not a career for me anymore.
Mini knows he doesn't.
No, it's not a career, and it's not gonna be a career.
Retire from YouTube, and we know that. This is not a career for me anymore.
Mini knows he doesn't have a place on YouTube anymore, but still returns to it time and time again. Why?
Let me tell you why. He's still pulling in some numbers, not a lot, but probably enough to pay rent. That's my guess. To touch minors. Yes.
Best answer we have is a comment I left under one of Cluster's videos.
Hi there, just woke up and saw you uploading my subscription, so I figured why not watch, right? It is my situation anyways. Anywho's, I was completely unaware he last referred his crimes to drama. Calling crimes, it's just YouTube drama. It's no problem. I'm not reading all this.
Covering Mini. As someone who knew him, I can almost guarantee confidently that he wanted to keep reviving his channel for 4 reasons.
Yep. 1 is money.
1. Money. 2. He felt special. He is a narcissist who loved the attention and, in his eyes, fame. 3. He genuinely thought people would start forgetting.
To think that people will forget this.
And 4. He has actively looked through his followers to see which are hot and talks to them. Halay's points
Wait, he actively looked through his followers to see which are hot?
Completely match with Mini's past actions, and this seems likely to continue since he hasn't changed at all. On the 1st of March 2024, Mini uploaded a story on Instagram to give viewers an insight into why he hasn't been active for months.
Hello, it's been a month and a half. Where the f have I been? Let's have
No one gives a shit.
Conversation. First thing, just after my birthday, January 7th, I got sinusitis from a viral
I'm gonna... Sinus? Is this sinus behind there? I don't know.
infection, which basically means the sinuses
Yes.
So it felt like there was a balloon on the inside of my face that was just blowing up every day. Very fun. Wouldn't recommend it. That led to my right eye having issues where it would go out of focus and shit like that. I had to get that checked out. Then after that, I got a viral ear infection in not one, but both of my ears. Left ear was
Why does he make noises to try and sound funny?
basically gone. Right ear was pretty bad too. That led to sound in general being painful. Like I couldn't listen to anything. I couldn't
He doesn't shower, that's why. He looks kind of homeless.
watch anything. It's the worst 5 to 6 weeks.
Mini spends the rest of the video chatting about his recovery process and the new PC he just acquired.
Also, I got a new
The
computer.
flex.
Oh Jesus, she's dirty. Anyway, I got this. It is a 4070.
This suggests that Mini intends to resurrect his decimated empire by either retaining the few fans he has left with more posts on his main channel, or by finding new ones by posting on other channels. However, the question isn't whether he'll try to make a comeback, it's whether the internet will let him get away with it.
That's what I mean. Don't let this guy get away with it.
There's no doubt that Mini is aware of the
just fiddle
severity
with
of his
more kids.
alleged crimes, but he only shows remorse because he got caught and will have the influence that he once abused taken away from him. After all, it took Mini 2 apologies to fully acknowledge the storm of the controversy that he created, which signals to viewers that he never intended to right his wrongs. Instead, he opted to take the easy route and attempted to maintain the platform that he already lost. Ironically, it was that decision that truly sealed his fate. The YouTube community isn't letting Mini off the hook because he said he was sorry.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Saying sorry doesn't help. Child in a man's body. Real.